What's up, everybody? Ryan Sickler here, and I just wanted to let you know that tickets to my fall dates of the Live and Alive tour are on sale now. Go to ryansickler.com, get your tickets to all shows. I'm coming to Austin, Dallas, La Jolla, Salt Lake City, Denver, Chicago, Detroit, Minneapolis, Madison, Portland, Fort Lauderdale, Tampa, and Tempe. Tickets for all shows are available right now on my website at ryansickler.com.
Hey, baby, we're gonna be here all day. We're gonna be here all day, baby. I like this kind of party.
Welcome back to the Wayback, y'all. I'm Ryan Sickler. Today, I'm very excited to have my guests here. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Moses Storm. Welcome to the Wayback,
Thank
Moses
you for
Storm.
having me.
Thank you for being here. Please plug and promote anything you'd like.
Special on HBO Max called Trash White.
All right. Moses, so we talked about on the Honeydew, you grew up in a cult.
Yeah.
In particular, you sort of grew up on a bus.
Yes.
A Greyhound bus that
Greyhound
your dad,
bus.
Tell me about it.
That they bought in the early 90s, old decommissioned bus that had seats in it. It was the first time being on one of these seats because they ripped out those seats and then they tried to build it into an RV.
And they did that because your dad was really good at mechanics and working with cars and stuff, right?
Really learn as you go. It's such just a man's man. Just knew what he was doing.
Will you literally walk us through this bus? Tell us where you slept, like where was the kitchen or whatever, you know what?
So he had it was not like way before YouTube tutorials. So a lot of the skill was that he was kind of starting to do construction, but the lowest level of like drywall. So you didn't really know about measuring, but he could steal tools here and there. And then mainly going into Home Depot and saying like, how do you put in a faucet system? And then whatever you could retain before the internet. So, and then the outside was spray painted. Silver and teal.
Silver and teal?
Silver and teal. And
did you have a name on it or anything?
We had in like the, what's the front called? Where you put like the stops.
Coming or anything?
That is, we have a Bible verse.
Oh.
Yeah.
Up under the lights.
Up on there,
like,
that it would change. Whatever, like it says the stop, or like the
St.
number
Louis,
3 bus.
What was yours?
And it was like an old flip sign. So it would always be like Corinthians 3:22 or something. You're headed for hell, or all men shall burn. But then it was spray painted and you could tell on the outside. The shortest way to describe it is we would go to campgrounds, and campgrounds are mainly elderly, retired people with large hunting wagons and the awnings that fold out. So when a bus shows up, they're like, oh my God, you guys converted a bus into an RV? Can we take a tour? Undoubtedly, people would step into the bus. So you go through the back door, the front door is permanently closed. They would take 3 steps up to the top, and they would go, oh, yeah, no, I got it. Thank you, and refuse the rest of the tour. Because you could pretty much get a full picture just by looking at it. Like, oh, this is not going to be like an HD TV show bus conversion. So when you walk in, there's a makeshift kitchen with different tile on the ground that's kind of white, like the peel and stick tile.
So that's nice. You put a little tile area down and be like, this is the square footage of the kitchen.
That's the kitchen area.
Got it.
There was supposed to be locking cabinets, but the plastic locks never locked. So then when we were driving the bus, stuff would just fall out. So then what we would do is we'd have to take everything out of the cabinets and just put it on the ground already. So then that kind of stuff stayed on the ground most of the time because we wouldn't want to put it back each time. There was a sink that made a horrible pumping sound, struggling to get the water from the pump. So we would have to do dishes like in the campground bathroom.
Oh,
and then speaking of bathrooms, the toilet was probably the worst part. It was, so you walk in.
Now, real quick, before you tell us about the toilet, tell us how many total people are on this bus at once.
7 people.
With one toilet.
7 people with, one toilet. So 5 children, 2 adults, and then 1 adult with self-induced laxative diarrhea in an effort to stay thin. My mom always was in a constant state of emergency shit.
On the bus.
Yes.
Oh, God.
Because for bulimia, you would ruin your teeth if you threw up. She was obsessed with her weight, so what she would do she would take Swiss Chris. This is like a diarrhea tea, and not even put it in water. She would take handfuls of that,
come on,
and she would
dude.
always have the tea flakes on the side of her mouth and all over her shirt. And we would be driving on a highway in the bus. Yes, that's it. Swiss Chris. So constant handfuls. This stuff is like, I know the smell of this. This will take me back to my childhood if I smell this.
You smell it now?
Even the font, I smell it. I remember going to the store and me buying this or shoplifting it. This was like, that smell is through my entire childhood.
Oh, God.
Because that was always, so she'd be like, no, God. And then she was horrible. She was also horrible at directions. It's before GPS.
I love that that's the smell and not the smell of the diarrhea.
because she had a pretty clean system, because it's always coming out. It was always like water. And we would see it because she was on the side of a highway. I shit you not. She was like, no, I gotta go now. And she was already yelling.
And the toilet was taken. You pulled
Toilet
over.
was taken. Oh, this is like when we had a van as well, in addition to the bus. So we had this 16-passenger van that we're towing on a trailer. So it's a train. And then if she was ever driving us alone, she was already yelling at us because she would keep missing her exit. And it was like the Thomas Guide days. So there's no GPS. Like, where is it? Damn it. And then she also has given herself diarrhea that she would open the doors of the van to make like a shanty wall. Yeah. And then shit just goop, just water. And we would see it because the doors are open.
Oh, fuck.
And it was like, almost like, it was so fast. It was like, and then bring it back to normal. And it was like troubling how fast it
Power
was.
ships on the side of the highway.
Just all water. I mean, in her defense, it didn't smell that bad because it doesn't have that much time to ferment inside the body.
Oh, God. It's just ripping through you, literally.
It's also like, how are you not planning for this? Like, how you're giving yourself diarrhea and you know you have an
There's
hour
not a
car
bucket
ride.
or something you could just fucking throw away. Oh, God. Damn.
So that would happen in the bus sometime. The bus is like has a septic tank. It's called a blue tank, and you poop into it. And it's got some chemical in it that's supposed to dissolve it. Anytime we were at a campground, we would just use the campground bathroom because this toilet was constantly breaking down. Also, the toilet had no door, and the toilet was.
What do you mean?
I know.
Literally just you're in there shitting and facing your family.
Not only that, on a 3-foot platform. So, but to accommodate for the wheel well and to have the tank under and the way that they placed the toilet, I could think of 6 better places to put this toilet. That you would have to get like a little prince on a platform. You would shit on a throne that everyone would walk by to get to the bedroom in the back, and just off the kitchen area. So the kitchen's to your right, the bedroom area is to your left, and then right to the left, right there, right on a platform, right above the wheel well, is a toilet that's now on a raised platform. And the toilet barely flushes. You're lucky if it flushes. And then you have to empty the tank like every stop that you can get. Never flushed, mainly occupied by her, only emergencies, smelled everything. And it was just like, if you're an exhibitionist, you would love this toilet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you mentioned too on the Honeydew about a brother sleeping above you in the bunk who was a bedwetter, and you could see it dripping through and stuff.
Yeah. So my dad built us bunk beds in the back. The front part was my mom's bedroom, which is just like the odd platform with a futon over, and then 2 very separate sides of the bed. Let's put a pillow fort in. And then the very back was all of the bunk beds, which is also the entire floor-to-ceiling wall of these GMC buses is just a diesel engine, a loud, rattling carbon monoxide. Well, that one's kind of raised.
Yeah, look, he's got a tour.
Look, that's a nice one.
Is this what yours look like?
Shower. Yeah. We didn't have any of that. So we had bunk beds in the back, 3 high and 2 high on one side. And when my dad originally built them, he forgot to measure for the height of a mattress. So there was just enough clearance before that to be like, oh yeah, you could kind of sit up a little bit. But then it was essentially when the mattresses were in, it was about 2-inch clearance above your head. So you can't like roll over with your shoulder. And then my older brother above me would wet the bed almost every night. well past it was like, time to be wet in the bed.
Mm-hmm.
And it got so bad, and we didn't have like plastic sheets or anything, that it would leak through the mattress and then through the wood. And it's just like unfinished wood. It's not treated. It's just like a Home Depot slab. It still has a little barcode on it. That it created this mildew, like ink blotch Rorschach test above me. And it got so mildewed and just soft that, I remember as a kid just passing the time, just picking away at the wood.
Pee.
Yeah, and I would call it quicksand because the quicksand was the time. I was like, this is the quicksand wood.
Big, yeah.
90s quicksand was a thing.
I had a twin brother who I always shared a room with, and he and my younger brother both wet the bed way past the age of what they should have wet the bed. And so my parents ended up getting them this little buzzer system where you'd wear an undershirt and tighty whities, and you would sew the like the little pee pad into the tighty whitey crotch area, and it had a wire that would run up to your shoulder, and it had a little buzzer on your shoulder, and as soon as it would get wet, it wakes you and starts conditioning you to get up before you piss your pants.
Oh, but it doesn't really stop you because aren't you already peeing at that moment?
100%.
I guess you're a kid, you could stop. The older I get, the more I can't stop. Like if I'm like peeing outside in a minute and like someone's coming, I can't just shut it off. Stop.
But so even if a drop hits it, it'll go off. So eventually it trains you to not put any drops on this thing, and it worked. It fucking worked for both of them. It was wild. It worked.
Are they still doing that, or is it like outlawed now that you can't have?
Both
can't,
my
like,
brothers still
kids?
do use it. They
still use it. The second they come, now they can't come without
get their
it.
balls shocked to come. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know if it's still used or not. I have no idea. I'd never seen it anywhere else. And so that's going off every fucking night. He also had a retainer.
You hear it?
Oh yeah, it's a loud buzz. It's a right in your ear. It's right here on your shoulder. That one right there. That was his setup, but it was white. And then as soon as I start to fall asleep and get comfortable, I'm like, God damn it.
I feel bad for the kid that had to test it because there was one that was too strong.
Some
that made him shit.
Son. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
To get this shock just
Your mom's using it now.
Bullet it out.
He had a fucking retainer too. It was
oh my God.
All night. I never ever got sleep.
Are you a loud sleeper now? Do you like
Now I have apnea. Yeah, I'm in the middle of a test to get a CPAP machine. I'm 100% convinced it's all because of that shit. All right, so you got 5 kids sleeping in the back. What's that like? Are you guys playing all the time?
No, like memorizing
really
Bible
listening?
verses or hiding. And then you forget just how there's no room. I think in all the tiny home tours, people have no stuff. If you're poor, you have a lot of stuff because you hold on to everything. Mm-hmm. You never know when you're going to need this thing, and then you don't have to go out and buy it. So you have like bow ties and shit you don't need. So the floor's kind of always covered in junk and stuff that we might need one day. And then, so then you go past the toilet. Everyone's on top of each other. If someone goes to the bathroom in the middle of the night, you're definitely going to hear them. And then you get to the front. There's like supposed to be like a dining room area, but we never set up the table. And at the very front, there's another raised platform. And under that is supposed to be a set of drawers, but it's just full of stuff, and it's filled with all the religious tapes. And then on top of that is a futon that rolls out, and then there's some couch that we found on the street. And then it's all kind of pieced together. When we were renting the home and converting it, it wasn't finished by the time we hit the road. The idea was like, we'll kind of, as we go, we'll find stuff, and that will go into the bus. So
very much like the religion and the cult.
Yes.
The bus was a work in progress.
Yes, okay. We'll find it as we go on the road.
Yeah, got it.
On the road. So it was, eventually it did end up looking pretty nice. You could be like, oh, that is a thing. But something was always off. It was like the house in Arrested Development where something is always breaking and something is just falling down.
What do you miss about it the most? Because you literally sort of grew up on the road. Shopify has already taken the cash register online, helping millions sell billions around the world. But did you know that Shopify can do the same thing at your retail store? Shopify's POS is your command center for your retail store. From accepting payments to managing inventory, Shopify has everything you need to sell in person. With Shopify, you get a powerhouse selling partner that effortlessly unites your in-person and online sales. Track every sale across your business in one place and know exactly what's in stock. Find that hardware that fits your business best. Take payments by smartphone, transform your tablet into a point-of-sale system, or use Shopify's POS Go mobile device. Do retail right with Shopify. Sign up for a $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/wayback, all lowercase. Go to shopify.com/wayback to take your retail business to the next level today. Shopify.com/wayback.
Well, it's hard because I did that Burt Kreischer tour, and it was kind of like wish fulfillment of like everything in a bus that you wanted was there.
Yeah.
And I don't know. And it's hard because I don't really miss it because I just always wanted my own space as a kid. And it's even something now I want. If I'm in a relationship with a girl, like I just want a space that's my own, some control over that, just so I can be a little bitch in one area and just get over that mood. It's nothing to do with you, nothing to do with us. There's nothing you could say to fix it. Just need like 38 minutes to go be a bitch in a room. So, and especially with comedy, you know this, we're always traveling anyways. You're living out of a couple suitcases. You have a travel size everything. So I get enough of it. I guess it just, for the biggest thing is it wasn't a transition touring a bunch with stand-up. It wasn't this thing of like, wow, it's crazy being on the road. I'm used to being on the road. And I think for the past 2 years in New York, I've just been living out of suitcases, going to different Airbnbs and then different apartments and never really having roots down. So I think I'm doing enough of it now to ever miss it.
Do you crave a palatial mansion or anything like that, or do you prefer the smaller, cozier type places?
I think the smaller, cozier places. It sounds pretty stressful. I think we were stressed about money from a very young age. Like my parents were good at hiding it. They would be like, "We're fucked. We don't have any money."
They would say that.
Yo, we are screwed. We are going to be homeless. Also, I have to shit now. It was
a lot of fear, a lot of fucking.
They were not mature about poverty. You know, you like hide some stuff from kids. They would tell us everything.
We'll like,
we're about to lose the whole bus, and we would get evicted from campgrounds. One for having too much junk outside.
What do you mean? They take it outside?
Take it outside, yeah. And then we would not pay. That's like $50 a month. It's no money. So then to raise money, I shit you not. We buy, and this is going to turn everything around for us. We're street preaching, not making money. We buy an industrial-sized cotton candy machine from the 80s. Yes.
But it's also something that you're going to make $1 or $2
exactly.
on. Yeah.
And who's going to buy it out of a junky spray-painted bus? Who's going to be like, I should get food.
You'll see.
We're going to turn this
I'll show you,
around.
Moses, who's going to buy
Now that
it.
we yelled at you about God, have this spun sugar. So it's not like the toy cotton candy machines that you would get in a Toys R Us that's like pretty compact. It's the size of a microwave. This is a giant metal bowl. It's made to it's like if you have a cotton candy business, you're going to package it and sell it. So this giant
like this
metal
right
bowl,
here?
but also it had a large stand, and then it was a circular bowl, and the bowl would stay hot long enough for you to forget that it was on.
Oh, yeah.
So, and then this took up the entire hallway of the bus.
You just called it a hallway.
I love it. Yes, the hallway. The hallway of our bus. So I have this burn on my arm from the cotton candy machine to this day.
There it is. Look at that.
Because I would always forget, and then you try to slip around the cotton candy machine bowl, and then the hot bowl that spins the sugar, would always burn us. And it was so loud. And then all the lights would flicker because it took that much electricity.
Oh, hilarious.
For $1 gain.
What are you guys like eating on the bus? Are you making PB&Js or pizza? Like what goes far for a family of 7 that you can make easy? Especially on a budget.
Yeah. So one is 2 parts. The main food source is the dumpster. You go to grocery stores.
For real.
Yeah. And you go to the back, and then whatever they threw out that was expired or was about to expire, or something defective.
Okay.
We eat that.
The obvious question here would be like the grossest thing ever. Fuck that. What? No. I don't want to ask that.
Yeah.
What did you actually get one time that you were like, this is fucking good?
Okay. Really bad hurricane. really bad hurricane knocks the power out of this grocery store. So the grocery store throws out their entire ice cream department at once. So every ice cream novelty, all the stuff we could never afford is all in these large blue trash bags. And we know it's the Florida sun, so we're not going to make it home. So it's the first time we've done this. Usually you take it home and, you don't be raccoons right there. But we get the bags out of the dumpster and right there behind the store, we just start tearing into this half melted ice cream. So good. It is overwhelming. It's everything. It's like drumsticks, good humor bars, popsicles. One bite,
all of
chuck
it. It's drumsticks and ice cream sandwiches, not just ice cream.
No, ice cream. I'm looking at ice cream like, fuck that. I've had Rocky Road. Get that fuck out of here. The Flintstone cardboard push-up pops. And it's like melting in real time. So you're just overwhelmed as a kid. Like, this is the only time I'm going to get this. And it was incredible. It was just overwhelming, too much of a good thing. And then we did break into a pool after that, and it all came up.
What do you mean break into them?
So we didn't have a pool. My mom had no problem breaking the law. So we'd go to a nice condo community or like a gated community and I'd sneak in when the gates open.
Your mom's shitting in the bathroom over there.
Shitting in the hot tub.
There's 7 of you. It's not like 1 or 2 of you.
No. And then my older brother is the first one to throw up. Because we go right after. So it's hot day. Everyone's out at the pool. Like that actually lives there. Aggressively eating ice cream. And then how does the day get even better? We break into this pool. And a lot of families are out that actually live at this condo community. And then my older brother, he's the first one to throw up. And then I see him throw up, and it's that chain reaction thing.
No, yeah.
Where so we throw up into the pool, just cream. So it's just like a lava lamp monster.
Your mom's like, I could shit in here. It looks like chocolate.
Oh, it's a perfect time. Distraction. Shitting behind the lawn chairs. Yeah, so that's one of them. And then, I don't know, some Midwest parents have these odd food things that are not, they'll call a banana split something that's not a banana split. Mm-hmm. My mom's banana split. I hated banana splits. In fact, when I was 16 and I was around my friends, they're like, let's go to McDonald's and get a banana split. I'm like, why would you eat that? Because what I thought a banana split is what my mom would make, which you cut open a banana with the peel still on it. Mm-hmm. You put, chocolate, I'm in, marshmallows, but then you put the banana in the oven and you bake it. And what a banana does in the oven is just oxidizes, so it just makes it rotten. So it's a rotten banana with marshmallows on top. And she would make us eat this. It wasn't a fun dessert. She'd be like, finish your banana split. So there's all these things that were off. And then she would make pizza, which was wheat bread, Prego tomato sauce.
God, wheat bread.
Prego tomato sauce with feta cheese on top. And it just soaks the bread. Soaks. By the time I had the Lunchable pizza, I was like, this is the best pizza
ever
I've ever. This is a New York slice, that Lunchable prison food.
I just had one question. I feel like I also heard you mention at one point that there was competitive yard sailing.
Yeah. So
what was that like?
Well, we didn't have a yard, which is complicated. So if getting trash food eventually leads to going to rich neighborhoods where these pools are, and when people are moving and they throw stuff out like furniture or clothing items, we started taking that. And then we just had an influx of that. So then we get into yard sales. Now, we tried a few in the campground. Campground's you can't have a sale here. There's a gate, can't have people back. Also, no one wants to go to a yard sale in essentially a trailer park. So then we start having yard sales on other people's yards without them knowing.
No.
I shit you not. This is most of my childhood because
you just commandeered their yard for your own shit.
The level of confusion, Ryan. Imagine waking up. You're like, did my wife agree to this? Who the fuck? And it is so confident that you think you might have, I have a problem with fentanyl, maybe.
That's so good.
So good. The way that there's the front yard that you have.
Did that ever happen? People come out what the fuck are you guys doing here?
One guy, I'll never forget. He was just mouth open.
How much for that picture?
Also, this is their neighbor. Maybe it's the stuff that they threw out.
Yeah, right.
Is that my Joe Namath helmet?
Tupperware, man.
That's my signed ring. So there's someone's yard.
I like that you threw the Joe Namath ring out.
Yeah, the wife did. You love that thing more than I do.
Yeah.
There's the yard. There's a little sidewalk, and there's a little strip of grass
shit.
right before the curb. That strip of grass is technically city property. So until a city official says you have to move, the homeowner cannot do anything with that little strip of grass. So we would just keep this long, skinny sail, so junky looking too. This is not like a yard sale. This is like, it looks like a pile of trash. And we would set a yard sale up early, before sunup. Then the family wakes up on a Saturday. Most of the time we would get so scared that they would chase us off. They would be so angry. Get this shit out of here. Knocking over tables. Sometimes they would just be
aggressive?
yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, it just these are like people that are the homeowners association. You can't have certain lawn gnomes out. You got to keep your grass trimmed. And then the filthiest family you've ever seen sets up a pile of trash on the strip of grass. The mom is shitting in the corner over there.
Great point. Great
Shitting
point.
goop.
Great.
And then sometimes she would leave to go work out, and she would just leave me in charge of the sale.
Where's she working out?
She's going to go for a run to stay thin. Or find a bathroom that we can actually use. And the people at the yard sale were like, oh, do you mind if I use your restroom? We're like, no, you cannot.
Get the fuck out
So then
of here.
I
I'm
would be
going
12
for a
years
run.
old, and she would leave me with the sale, and I'd like negotiate prices with these people. And the most extreme sale, the most extreme thing we ever sold is someone threw out their 80s and 70s like Playboy and what was it? Pen magazine. So it was like this old, like the kind with a lot of hair down there. Their whole collection. These imported beers. Because some of the stuff we wouldn't sell, so you just take on to the next sale. But one sale was this old imported beers that were all expired French chocolate, all the porn, which was on one table, and men have no shame. They'd be out at the yard sale unfolding the
I sold mine at the Pasadena Rose Bowl. A bunch of old Playboys because they're collectible. These guys love them. You're not supposed to because it's considered porn.
Yeah.
But I did it anyway. And that's the same thing. These guys would open the sun. They'd hold it out there. Like
no shame.
None.
I kind of wish I had some of that.
Jesus Christ, dude.
I kind of wish. Yeah. So then, and then a handgun.
You sold a handgun?
Because it was thrown out in the trash.
First of all, that's a murder weapon, not
100%.
Not a handgun.
You don't throw away a gun like, I gotta make room in the
a
garage.
murder weapon, you guys.
That is 100% a murder weapon. So it was in a cigar box. I'll never forget it.
Definitely a murder weapon.
Definitely a murder weapon. And I was sentient enough at 12 to be like, oh, this is a problem. So like if a cop comes by, like I'm going to hide this. This is like if you have anything off the menu.
Also, the life you're living, you would think that if that was a gun that was workable, you'd keep that one for some security.
Absolutely.
Living the style of life you guys are out on the road, because I'm sure there are some real did you ever fucking come across any like dangerous people?
So there was
Crazy
always a
people.
threat, like with religion. Like we were aware of David Koresh and the Branch Davidians. If anything, that's like, oh, I wish we had any interest from the FBI. I wish anyone cared about us.
Like, get a name first,
right?
and then we'll fucking start looking you
there's
up.
nothing to say over the radio, but no one was ever interested. It was never dangerous enough. But my dad still was afraid that the FBI was gonna maybe mess with us. So instead of a gun, I shit you not, he bought a slingshot. He brings it home. It's so serious. It's in this like metal like ammunition box, military color ammunition box. And he gives us this long speech of like, this is not a toy. This is a very dangerous weapon. And he takes out a wrist rocket. And it's like the 90s. It's like, okay, so if the FBI storms the bus, one, they're going to easily kick down the door. Not even kick it down. They're going to flick it. And then your plan is to like find, find a loose rock with their automatic weapons pointed at you.
And you have to fire it accurately.
You're going to rip their shirt.
We had one of those. We used to fuck shit up out back. It got that nice wrist support on there.
Yeah, we had the wrist support. It was a pretty serious looking one. Could you break skin with that?
Oh, fuck. You kill somebody with that thing.
Okay, so that's what we had.
I mean, listen,
of a gun.
you might get your prop. Here's what's realistically going to happen. Your dad's going to hit an agent in the shoulder.
Yeah.
It's going to bruise him really bad. And then you guys are all going to get murdered.
He's going to shoot you even harder. Now that you bruised his shoulder, he's like, I'm even more mad.
That's it. My brother, one time, there was a dog chasing us. He was going nuts. And my brother turned around and took that thing from far away, and it hit that dog right there. And that dog said, "Burr," and it just laid down and just stared at us after that. And I was like, get the fuck out.
He was alive?
Yeah, he was alive, and it fucking shut him down, though. Like, I'm going to stop chasing you guys.
But he was just like brain injury. Let me start a call.
He might have been concussed.
He's
he might have been concussed.
He's the new savior.
Dog call. He's your fucking mascot.
Oh my God. I think like we had no video games growing up, so it was a lot of those dangerous games. My brothers and I would just try to kill it. Hammers.
What's hammers?
So we found a bunch of old hammers, and we would just, I shit you not, in Florida, we would just throw hammers at each other. Outside. And then one time, my older brother,
how do you lose or win?
You get in trouble. Yeah. And usually we would dodge them, but like the point was to hit someone. But one time my sister didn't dodge him. My older brother, he still feels bad about this today, hits her clean in the temple.
Oh,
she's alive and everyth's fine, I guess. She starts screaming, crying, and she's got a goose egg on her head.
Your dad's like, I'm trying to saw those hammers.
Yeah. Those aren't playing hammers?
That's out front of the yard.
That's what's going to finish this bus for us. But it was literally like, let's go outside. Do you guys want to play hammers?
So good.
We did have bikes. We'd find bikes in the trash. We would get them stolen. Rollerblading was big. One time we were at a rental place, like a roller rink. And for my birthday, my mom steals me a pair of rollerblades. Okay. Now, I love these rollerblades. It's the first new rollerblades we ever had.
But can I just ask, do you know she's stealing them, or you just know your mom, so you know they're stolen? Well, I did get my shoes
back, so I knew she stole them. And then she's like, just come with me, just come with me.
Just keep them all. Roll out.
Being a kid and not thinking, when we go back to that, because there was like a couple pair of rollerblades that we kind of interchanged, we broken down. Not thinking, I took the rental blades back to that roller rink. Not knowing that, like, not putting it two and two together. I knew she stole it, but then the 16-year-old manager immediately spots me. Excuse me, where'd you get those? In my head, he's like this grown man than this adult, but as a kid, I'm shit terrified. And we had gotten the prep talk before of like, once I'm in there, don't call me mom, because she was like trying to meet guys at the roller rink. So it's like, if you need anything, if it's an absolute emergency, just say I'm your oldest sister.
For real?
Yes. So, and then she's like, and walk in 5 minutes after me. So we don't walk in as a group.
5 minutes?
Yeah.
Wait out here in the cold.
Oh, those other blonde children. So she walks in, she's in her like Daisy Duke shorts and her halter top, absolutely ripping it up on the rink. And then we walk in 5 minutes after.
So she's out there already skating?
Already crushing it to third eye blind. She is ripping it. She can backward skate. She's having the time of her life. I go in after her, and then the manager pulls me into the two-way mirror office to question me. He's like, you're in a lot of trouble, young man.
And your mom's out there right now, hokey pokey and shit.
Doing this move, 1 foot stretch.
Shoot the duck.
So he's like, you have to call your mom right now. And I'm first live. Like,
hold on. Mom!
Yeah.
She's going
but I couldn't do that. I just see her pass by the two-way mirror, shredding it up. So she's like, where's your mom? And I was like, because I can't say she's my mom. So I was like, oh, she's on vacation? Yeah. So he's like, okay, then call her. And I've never used the phone before, and I think I'm 7. So I just keep dialing numbers until I think it's enough numbers for him to buy. Then I have a fake phone call with her on the phone, and I say, oh, you're at the Del Champs across the street? It's a grocery store. Oh, okay. I'll come over there because I'm in a lot of trouble. And he's not buying it at all. He's like, okay, yeah, we'll go with me. He takes me by the wrist out there. It's like, okay, let's walk across the lot and let's go get your mom if that's it. So he gets me out to the door, and he's like trying to call my bluff. And then I twist my arm like that, break free, run, sprint as fast as I can away from him. And then I get to our van, and it's locked. So then I just get under the van. And he's seen this whole thing.
Yeah, he's so
he just immediately comes and says, get out. So then I eventually have to blow her cover and say that's my mom. And that's probably the most trouble I got into. What was blowing her cover?
Okay, that's what she was most angry about.
Yes, she's the one that stole the rollerblades. Yeah. And I broke up her Third Eye Blind song. She couldn't finish that. All right, now it's couple skate.
Your mom just out there.
Oh, I gotta go now. Shitting on the rink. She's in the corner of the rink.
Everywhere. Oh, man. Oh, well. Dude, thank you so much for coming on here. I really appreciate it. Please plug and promote anything you'd like again.
Trash White hour-long special
Yes,
at
sir.
HBO. I'm out there touring this new hour with some of the stuff we talked about, hopefully.
I love it, man. Thank you, Moses Storm. Go check him out. Ryan Sickler on all your social media. Come see me on tour. All tickets are available at ryansickler.com. We'll talk to y'all next week.